Welcome everyone to this episode of the Privacy Rules Privacy Espresso. This is episode 1, 2022, so the kickoff of the series in the new year. And today I'm pleased to introduce you to Padraig Walsh from the Hong Kong law firm Tanner De Witt that just took over the position of chairperson in Privacy Rules. So I would like to turn it over to you, Padraig, thanking you again for being with us today. And in particular, I'd like to ask you, what do you expect from this experience?
Hi, Alessandro, and very, very good to speak to you today. Well, I find myself stepping into the rather difficult shoes to fill of Joe Diener from Frost Brown Todd, who was the inaugural chair of Privacy Rules and who has led the Alliance to this particular staging post where he's passed the baton on to me. And I feel humbled to be in this role and to be in this position. But I guess the thing that energizes me for the tasks that lie ahead are the things that brought me to the Alliance in the first place, which is it's really a compelling combination to say to clients and to businesses that if you've got issues across data protection legal needs, cybersecurity technical needs, crisis communications, and other types of issues that can arise in the context of the management of data within your business, that we have all of those resources globally under one roof. And to be able to, make sure that we elaborate on that message and deliver the kinds of services that are possible, as well as communicating that across all the members of the Alliance, it's a privilege to be able to do so, because it's a message that is rather unique and is a message that is very easy to communicate.
Perfect, Padraig. That's great to hear, and I think extremely interesting for our listeners of today. And in order to discuss this, I think that we can move on with my next question that is related to your experience in particular. So given your experience, in your opinion, which are the privacy trends for 2022 that we should be aware of?
Well, one of the things that you can see, and there are really two combined, but different types of trends. One is the increase in legal complexity that is arising in relation to data protection and compliance. You can see that in the proliferation of rather complex laws that are coming out in various places, and then the needs of businesses to be able to learn about that and then to adopt the policies and procedures, partly on the preventative side, but also on the compliance side, just to make sure that they are doing what they're legally required to do. In this part of the world, in my backyard, there's a lot of activity around the introduction of the PIPL in China. But that's only one example, a very significant and profound example of something that is happening in many places around the world. And because of the global nature of our alliance, we're really well equipped to be able to give that local guidance in an international way, in a global way. And that's quite a powerful thing for us to be able to do. But the other trend that is also just increasingly on the rise, it's like a hockey stick in respect of the growth in data breaches, security incidents, and cybersecurity issues that are arising. This is something that you can see both in terms of the volume of data that's being managed generally, but also the increasing number of attacks on the one hand, as well as breaches arising from poor compliance and poor handling. In that, the combination of, yes, the policies and procedures, but more especially the training, the ability to access cybersecurity technical experts who can come in and really do deep dives in respect of how you're presently handling things, as well as the other side, which is handling what might happen if there's an unfortunate incident or a data breach that occurs.
Okay, perfect. That's extremely interesting, Padraig, and in particular, the last topic you mentioned is the one related to data breaches. And as chairperson of Privacy Rules and knowing well the Privacy Rules Alliance, what are the members of this alliance doing in respect of data breaches?
Well, what I can share with the people who are listening and watching is that management of a data breach response is something that is spoken about at each and every privacy rules gathering amongst the Alliance members. And what we've done is that we have created, developed, and finally honed and tested a product that allows the members of the Alliance to respond in an integrated way, to be able to help any client of either PrivacyRules itself or any of the members of the Alliance to respond to a data breach, both in terms of the assessment and analysis of it, in respect of any notifications that may be needed, in respect of any technical support that is needed, or communications that must be delivered. And there is a mechanism in place in the Alliance that allows us to respond rapidly to help businesses to manage that crisis situation, where you can do it in a coherent way, in a very cohesive way, in a measured way, with the professional support that PrivacyRules can deliver. So that data breach mechanism is something that is already up and running and operational with PrivacyRules and available to anyone who gets in touch with an Alliance member.
Great, Padraig. That's probably a great news to hear, in particular for companies dealing with data nationally, but also worldwide, in particular worldwide. So thanks a lot for discussing this with us and for your brief overview on 2022 trends and in particular data breaches as an issue, of course. Thanks a lot for being the new chairperson of PrivacyRules. Luckily for us, we are extremely pleased of this great news of today. And yes, I would like also to thank all our listeners for being with us today. And I really look forward to meet you all next week with the next PrivacyRules Privacy Espresso. Bye, everyone.